Alrighty, hello everybody, and we're back as promised with the second game of this doubleheader here on August 20th, 1961. The Yankees only made one real change in the lineup. So let's take a look at the starting lineup. Leading off playing second base is Bobby Richardson. Batting second playing third base is Billy Gardner. Batting third playing right field is Roger Maris. Batting fourth playing center field is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth playing first base is Bill Skowron. Here's the two changes. Yogi Berra is still in the game, but he's going to be doing the catching in game number 2, batting sixth. And batting seventh, Johnny Blanchard comes in the game for Mr. Howard, and he's going to be playing left field. Batting eighth and playing shortstop's Clint Boyer. And batting ninth on the mound for the New York Yankees is ROLLIE SHELDON. Now to the Indians. We got the exact same lineup as game number 1. Leading off playing second base is Ken Asmont. Batting second playing center field is Jimmy Purcell. Batting third playing left field is John Francona. Batting fourth playing right field is Willie Kirtland. Batting fifth playing third base is Bubba Phelps. Batting sixth doing the catching is John Roman. Batting seventh and playing first base is Vic Power. Batting eighth playing shortstop is Woody Held. And batting ninth doing the pitching is Gary Bell. Let's get down here to Cleveland and get this game number 2 of this doubleheader started, folks. Bernie's back. I'm glad that worked for you, Bernie. Like I say, I know it helps a heck of a lot. Hopefully after I get this cataract surgery, it won't need it as much, but still, it makes it nice that you can read everything. So on the mound for the Indians is Gary Bell. This is his 26th start of the year, folks. He's got a 4.35 ERA. He's 8-15. He's got 7 complete games. Well, I think I had it on before, Bernie, because I had it looking nice. And then I think when I got the new monitor, it reset everything. And I was looking back in an old video, like one of the first games I did, and I noticed the font was a lot better. So I went back, changed the font, and it didn't do much. And then I tried that enable scaling to be true, and it worked perfect. So yeah, like I say, I went back to my previous videos at the beginning of this replay back in April, and like I say, the font was a lot bigger in those videos than what it was after I regot when I bought this monitor. So like I say, with the monitor, I guess I had to re-enable the scaling. So it worked out great. So we got the hot-hitting Bobby Richards to lead off, followed by Gardner and Maris here. Bobby's batting .262 on the year, folks, with 3 home runs and 48 RBIs. And that's going to be an easy ground ball down to Ken at second. That'll be out number 1 here in the first. So that'll bring up Mr. Gardner again. Billy's batting .266 on the year with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be an easy ground ball down the third. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. 1-2 go to Yanks. Yeah, exactly. I hear you, Bernie. Well, I think somebody said they was it you using a magnifying glass? I thought that was funny. Yeah. Now we got Roger up here hitting .265 with his 50 home runs and 100 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Francona out in left field, and the Yankees go down in order. So New York, nothing. Cleveland coming to bat. Aspromonte, Pearsall, and Francona due up here against Sheldon. Sheldon's got a 2.94 ERA. This is going to be a 7-team start. He's 9-4 in the year. Excuse me, with 5 complete games. Ken's batting, like say, .257 with no home runs and 6 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off of ROLLIE. And that ball is blasted into the gap in right field. And that'll be a leadoff double, not the way the Yankees want to start this second game of this doubleheader. So Jimmy down it. Yeah, that was you with the magnifying glass. Like say, I thought so. Yeah, that'll bring up Pearsall, batting 323, 322 on the year, 3 home runs, 29 RBIs, and that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Rogers got it. The throw to third's not going to be in time, folks. So now we got a runner on at third with 1 out. And Francona's up. The Yanks want to play the infield in. John's only hitting 245 on the year. They're going to bring the infield in, try to cut the run off. He's got 8 home runs, 52 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. And that's deep enough. So 2 fly balls. They play small ball. They get the run in, folks. So now nobody on, 2 outs. Cleveland's got a 1-0 lead for Kirtland. Here's the pitch to Willie. He's batting 269 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Sheldon gets his first strikeout. But the leadoff double comes in the score, and the Indians takes a 1-0 lead. We got Mantle, Scourin, and Berra due up here in the top of the second. Mick's getting close to that 300 mark, folks. He's 299, 41 home runs, and 120 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Mick, and that's going to be a pop up in the infield. He just got under that ball, folks, and that'll be hit down the third. Phelps back near the grass, into the grass, makes the catch for out number 1. That brings up the Moose, batting 283, 34 home runs, 113 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Scourin's going to trot on down the first. Yankees first base runner of the game. Hey, 007. And that brings up Mr. Clutch Yogi Berra, batting 320, 23 home runs, 63 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Pearsall in center. That'll be the second out. So it's up to Mr. Blanchard. Here's Johnny. He's batting 231. I'd like to see him start hitting, folks. His power's not bad. 16 home runs, 37 RBIs, but that average needs to get up there. And that's not going to do it. That's going to be a ground ball down the second. Ken's up with it, tosses it over to the second. And that'll end the inning, and Scourin is stranded down at first. And we go to the top of the second. It's Indians 1, Yankees 0. Phelps, Roman, and Power due up. And Bubba's batting 246 on the year. 12 home runs, 51 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Sheldon all of a sudden now is starting to get the ball over where he wants it. Back-to-back strikeouts. Roman's up hitting 289, 13 home runs, 54 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Richardson. He throws over to Scourin for 2 outs. Brings up Vic Power now. And he's only batting 226 on the year, folks, with 1 home run and 42 RBIs. And that's a lazy ground ball down to Boyer. He fires over, playing short today, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the third, bottom part of the order due up. Boyer, Sheldon, and back to Bobby Richardson. Sheldon batting 240. Boyer batting 242 on the year. And that's going to be a base on balls. Clint's going to trot on down the first. Sheldon's coming up, and like I say, as hot as Bobby Richardson is, he's going to try to bunt him over in the scoring position, let Bobby drive him in. Sheldon's batting 205 on the year, folks. He has 3 RBIs. And he gets down a real nice bunt, folks. That ball's bunted down the third. And Phelps' only play is going to be over to first. And that'll get Boyer down the second with 1 out for Bobby Richardson. See if Bobby can come through here with a base hit and score. Boyer, he grounded out to his counterpart the last time up down the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Powers got it. He's going to take it himself. Boyer will make it down the third. So we got a runner on third for Gardner. See if he can keep that hot hitting up he had in game number 1. Grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Boyer's going to get stranded at third, folks. So the Yankees can't take advantage of that lead-off walk. We go to the bottom of the third. We got Held, Bell, and then back to the top of the order and Ken Hassmonte. So Woody's batting .245, 11 home runs, 45 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Held trots on down to first. And that's going to bring up Bell. He's going to try to lay down a bunt. He's batting a .192 with 3 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. That's going to get the job done. Sheldon's up with it. Only plays over to first. And that'll put Held down at second with 1 out for the top of the order. Here comes Ken. He doubled his first time up and came around the score. Here's the pitch to Ken. And that's going to be hit down the short. Boyer's going to look the runner back to second. Throw over to first. That's 2 outs now. Held still down at second for Pearsall. And Jimmy, he flew out to Rogers first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Sheldon's got it. Fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. And the Indians leave a runner down at second. We got the big boys due up here in the fourth. Maris, Mano, and Scouring. And they get the bell here and get a run at least across and tie this game up, folks. Roger flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a ball hit down the first. Powers got it. Tosses it over the bell covering for out number 1. Oh, cool. 007 says he's going to have some games next week. Here comes the Mick. He popped up the short, just got third. He just got under a nice pitch. Let's see if he can square this one up against Bell. And he ain't taking no chances. That's a walk. Mick's going to trot on down the first. And it's happened many, many times. The moose is up, and he has delivered so many times in this situation, folks. He walked his first time up, but pitching around Mick has not paid off. Here's the moose. Let's see if he can make it cost him this time. And no, that's going to be popped up in the infield. Matter of fact, that's going to be a swing and a miss. The moose strikes out for 2 outs here. Brings up Mr. Clutch Yogi Berra. Yogi's hitting .319 on the year. He flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Powers up with it. Touches the bag himself, and that'll end the inning, folks. So the Yankees leave Mick aboard with the walk. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Francona, Kirtland, and Phelps due up. Tito had a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be popped up. Pond home plate. Yogi's back there today. He makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Willie. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby Richardson. Easy play over to Scouring for out number 2. And now Phelps is up. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 pitch. And that's going to be an easy ground ball down to Gardner at third. And the Indians go in order, folks. Now to the top of the fifth, we got Blanchard, Boyer, and Sheldon due up. Johnny reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. And that's going to be popped up. Roman's got that in foul territory for out number one. See if Boyer can get aboard here. He walked his first time up. And that's just going to be an easy ground ball down the short. 2 up and 2 down. Can Sheldon help his own cause here, folks? He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Francona. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yanks. We make it to the bottom of the fifth. Cleveland still with a 1-0 lead here. Roman, Power, and Held due up against Sheldon. John grounded out to second his first time up. And that ball is high, that ball is far, that ball is gone. And they just doubled the lead there. Maris looks up and watches that one fly out of the park, folks. Roman with his 14th homer of the year makes it 2-0. Here comes Vic Power now. He's grounded out to short his first time up. That's going to be hit down to Gardner at third. That'll be the first out here in the fifth. And Mr. Woody Held's up now. He walked his first time up. That's a fly ball out to Blanchard. He's got it with no problem. 2 outs after the home run. Brings up Mr. Bell. Ring My Bell sacrificed his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Only a third strikeout for Sheldon. But the Indians increased the lead with that home run by Roman. And it's 2-0. We got the top of the order due up here against Bell, Richardson, Gardner, and Roger. Let's see if they can get something started here. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And that's going to be a ball. 1-0 count on Bobby. Let's see if he can make him pay for it. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Easy play. And that's going to be out number one. Here comes Billy Gardner. Can he get on base for the M&M boys? Give him a chance to tie this game up. He's 0 for 2. And that's another ground ball down the third. 2 ground balls down the third. 2 outs. Here's Roger. And Roger has flown out the left and grounded out the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. The Yankees go down in order again here in the sixth, folks. And it is still a 2-0 ball game. Got the top of the order due up here for the Indians. Asmonte, Purcell, Jimmy Purcell, and Francona. Ken's 1 for 2 with that leadoff double and scored. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby Richardson. He boots that one, folks, for an E4. So Ken's aboard here with nobody out. Jimmy's batting 320, 0 for 2 today. They like to get a ground ball. And they get a fly ball out to Roger for out number one. They'll take it. 1 down here in the sixth. Here comes John Francona. He is 0 for 1. He's got a sacrifice fly and popped up to Yogi. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Gardner's up with it. He fires over the first. So Ken will get down the second, but there's 2 outs now for Kirtland. The runner in scoring position. Willie's 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be an easy play back to down the first. Scourin's got it. Tosses over to Sheldon covering. So the Indians strand 1. We go to the top of the 7th. It's still 2-0. We got some big boppers coming up. Mantle, Scourin, and Barra. Can they finally get the bell here? Mick walked his last time up, folks. And he's going to walk again. So that brings a tying run to the plate. And Scourin. See if the Moose can deliver this time. He struck out his last time with Mick down at first. And that's not what the Yankees want to see. That's a tailor-made double play. Hit down the held over the second, over the power. 6-4-3. That wipes away the runner, folks. And that'll bring up Yogi with nobody on. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be the first base hit of the game for the Yankees. How big was that double play? Yogi goes the other way, drives that ball in the left field. So again, the tying run comes to the plate. And Johnny Blanchard, he's 0 for 2. Can Johnny be the hero here, folks? And he is. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is back. Johnny goes the other way, hits that ball over Francona's head and left. And just like that, the Yankees get their first 2 hits and tie this ball game up at 2 apiece. Nice job by the Killer Bees. Can the third bee get on here? Clint Boyer, he's walked, grounded out the short. And he's going to walk again, folks. He trots on down the first. And now we got a decision to make here. Do we pitch hit here for Sheldon? I think we do. It's the 7th inning. I think we do. He's going to come off the bench here. Bob Howell's going to come off the bench for Sheldon. I think Bud Daly's going to come in the game to pitch. So we're going to have the lefty come in here. Try to untie this game with Boyer down at first. See what Bob can do. Bob hasn't gotten a hit. He's 0 for 3. So let's see if he can get a big one here. Yeah, exactly, Bernard. It was. And he's off to a terrible start this year. But that home run was a big one. So here comes Bob. Can he get his first hit of the year and drive Boyer in? Here's to pitch to Bob. And he does, folks. He gets a hold of this one, squares it up. And that ball is blasted high in the right field. Kirtland's over. He cuts it off. Now, Boyer will make it down the third. Bob, with his speed, he's going to stop at first. But he drives him over to third. Keeps this inning alive, folks. First and third now for Bobby Richardson. Can Bobby come up with another hit? He's been smoking hot. He's been on fire, and he's due. He's 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And that's going to be a single over short. Held can't get to it. Richardson, like I say, has been on fire. And that's going to be a base hit in the left. Bob will stop at second, and all of a sudden, 3 runs across the plate here in the 7th, and they go out to talk to Bell. All this coming with 2 outs, and they're going to get Funk up. Funky music's playing. It's first and second. Billy Gardner's up. He's 0 for 3, folks. Can he get a base hit here and add to this lead? It'll take a heck of a hit to get Howell scoring from second. But he might have done it, folks. That ball is hit over short. Francona's over, but Bob's going to score. It's deep enough, folks. And each base runner is going to advance 2 bases. So we're going to have first and third. Still 2 outs. Bell can't get that elusive third out. And that's going to be it for him. And they're not going to bring in Funk. They're going to bring in the lefty. Bob Allen's going to come out here and pitch to Roger. As Bell was cruising through this 7th with a no-hitter, folks, and the wheels just fell off the cart. Most of this damage has been with 2 outs. Let's take a look at the scorecard here. After the double play, you had the single, the home run, a walk, and 3 singles, folks. All that after Scourin hits into the double play, and it looks like they're going to get out of the inning with nothing happening and no hits up till that point. He walked Mick, got a double play, looked like he's going to keep the no-hitter going. And now all of a sudden it's 4-2. Maris is up, and like I say, Allen's coming in the game to pitch to Maris, and he'll stay in if Maris gets on and turn Mick around, make Mick bat from the right side. So Rogers 0 for 3, but a lot of them's 0 for whatever, because like I say, up until this inning, there wasn't a hit, folks. See if Roger can blast this game wide open. And that's going to be a base on balls. They walked M&M boy to pitch the bases loaded to the other M&M boy. And Mick has been on fire here lately, folks. He's 0 for 2, but he's walked twice. Can he hit a granny here, folks? 41 home runs already on the year, 120 RBIs. Here's the pitch to the Mickey. And that's not a home run, but that is going to be a single over third. That's going to score 2 more. And everybody goes 2 bases, folks. So it's first and third now for the Mick. Got Roger down at third, Mick down at first. And Mick on the first pitch, he's been stealing a lot. He takes off. Can he make it? It's a 4-run ball game. And here's the throw. It's called ball 1. Roman fires down to held at second, and he's in there. Mixed with his 9th stolen base of the year. It's second and third, folks, and Scourin's back up there. He hit into the double play the last time he was up. The Yanks have batted around here. See if he can come through this time. Here's the pitch to the Moose. And no, it's a swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the inning. The Moose is responsible for all 3 outs, folks. The Yankees score 6 and take a 6-2 lead. It's kind of embarrassing after bragging the Moose up all year that you score 6 runs, and Moose is responsible for all 3 outs, hit into a double play and struck out. Now he's going to come out here and pitch for the Yankees here in the 7th. Got the righty, and the righty due up. Let's see, he's coming out of the bullpen. It's going to probably be Text or Ruffin. Let's see here. And I think it's going to be all Ruffin's coming out to pitch. That's right. We was going to bring in Daly. Already had Daly coming in. Sorry about that, folks. Bring in Daly. Sorry about that, folks. My daughter's texting me. Alrighty here. Now let's try this again. Scouring struck out. Okay, and like I say, we're going to bring in Daly. I forgot about that. Like I say, apologize, folks. Like I say, it's my daughter texting me. So let's bring in Bud Daly. Even though it's a bunch of righties coming up, I already had Daly warming up and said he was coming in the game. So Bud will come in the game here. And again, he'll be facing the righties. Phelps, Roman, and Power. See what Bud can do here. He's got a 4.14 ERA. He's 6-3. Let's see if he can shut the door here. Here's the pitch to Bubba. And that's going to be an easy fly ball out to Blanchard and left. He makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Roman now. Face Daly. He's 1 for 2 with that home run, folks. Here's the pitch. He hit that home run his last time up. Gave him a 2-0 lead at the time. But again, another fly ball and another out to Blanchard. Picking on Johnny this inning. He's up to the task. Here we go. Here's Vic now. He's grounded out to third and grounded out to short. And that's another fly ball. And Blanchard sets our record held by many, folks. 3 fly balls to left and 3 outs. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still 6-2 ball game. Bear, Blanchard, and Boyer, the killer bees who came through the last time. Yogi singled and came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. The Yankees all of a sudden got hot after that 7th inning. Yogi's aboard with a single. And here comes the man of the hour, Johnny Blanchard, with a big 2-run homer to give the Yankees a tie ball game at the time. See if he can go back-to-back, Jack. And he does, folks. Blanchard might be heating up. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going back-to-back home runs by Johnny Blanchard, and it's an 8-2 ball game, folks. Man, it'd be nice to see Blanchard getting hot at the right time. Just like that. Bang, that was a no-doubter. That brings up Boyer. He's 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Came around the scores last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Allen gets him. That's 1 out. And we're going to let Bud pitch. So therefore, we're going to let him hit now with a 6-run lead. We don't want to burn the bullpen up. So Daly, he is batting .087 on the year, 2 for 23 with 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball. Kirtland takes a few steps in, makes the catching right. And that'll be 2 down after the home run by Blanchard. And back to the top of the order, and Bobby Richardson, who delivered a big RBI to give the Yankees the lead. He's 1 for 4 today, folks. And he's going to be 2 for 5 because he blasted that ball in the center field. Pearsall can't get to it. And like I say, everything Bobby touches turns to gold. Well, let's take a look here. Yeah, let's take a look at how many. Like I say, his power numbers aren't bad, Bernie. It's his average that's terrible. He's been hitting the home runs. He just hasn't been getting the base hits. So he's got 18 home runs. He's supposed to hit 21. He's played in 72 games out of the 93. So what pace is he on here? Let's look. Like I say, I can't complain about the power and the RBIs. But sure, he just hasn't been hitting. He's supposed to hit almost 300, batting .237. So you got 18 home runs in 72 games. And if he plays in 93, 23. So like I say, he's right on pace as far as the power goes. You know, it's just that batting average. If they can get him to start getting some clutch base hits, sure, that just lengthens that lineup, which is murderous anyway. You're talking about 1 through 7 not being able to pitch to any of them. Sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. Quebec and Richardson's not going to hit the ball out of the park much, but they get on for them big boys. It's a long day. Here's Gardner up now. He's having a heck of a game, folks. Let's see here. I think Gardner's got on base. Yeah, let's bring Gardner up. Got Blanchard's numbers up. There's Gardner. He's 1 for 4. I thought he got an RBI single his last time up. See if Billy can do something here with Bobby down at first. Yankees have already added 2 runs with that Blanchard homer. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Phelps is going to fire across the diamond and get Gardner. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's now 8-2 New York. No, like I say, he played 93. Now, some of them, don't get me wrong, Bernie, he might have came in as a pitch hitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying every one of them was starts out of those 93. Because I know out of the 72, not all of them are starts. Some of them, like I say, are pitch hit. He's one of the first ones off the bench for me if a righty's up. We got Held, a pitch hitter for Allen, and back to the top of the order. Old Woody's 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch from Daly. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Bud's first strikeout. And that'll bring up a pitch hitter here for Allen. And let's see who's going to come off the bench. Delahose is going to come off the bench here for the Indians. Bring on the righty, see if he can get on base for him. Down 8-2. And Delahose is batting .265 on the year, folks. And 14 RBIs, 1 out, nobody on. And that is going to be a single in the right field. He goes the other way with that pitch, drives it in the right. Roger can't get to it. He cuts it off. He's going to hold him to a single. But they got a runner on at first with 1 out. Back to the top of the order. And Aspromonte, he's 1 for 3 with a double. Reached on an error his other time up. And that's going to be hit back to the mound. And Bud's going to spin around, fire down the second to get the lead runner. No way they're going to double up Ken. So now we got 2 outs for Pearsall up. Pearsall, for surprise, is 0 for 3. Jim's been hitting well. And I jinxed him. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. And that'll be runners on first and third now with 2 outs. Can Daly get out of this with nobody scoring and go to the top of the 9th, still up by 6? Old John is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be a ball hit in the left and toward Blanchard. He just screwed the pooch there. That's an E7. That's a 2-base error. Jeez, you Pete's. So now we're going to have second and third, and still 2 outs. And now it's an 8-3 ball game, folks. Johnny looked like he was lost in space out there. Got Pearsall down at third, Francona down at second. Kirtland's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch from Bud. He should be out of the inning. And that'll do it. Mick, he catches that one out there in center. but the Tribe does score one and make it a 5-run ball game as we go to the top of the ninth. We got Maris, Mano, and then Scouring. So let's see here. They're going to go with Dick Stigman, the lefty. The pitch to Maris, turn Mick around, make Mick bat from the right side, and then deal with the Moose. Yeah, I use him as that too, Bernie. Yeah, like I say, he's one of the first ones off the bench for me. That's for sure. There's Dick. Put him in the game here. And normally I got him behind the plate. Normally I got Yogi out there and left, and Blanchard's doing the catching. So Dick Stigman comes in the game. He's got a 4.54 ERA. He's 0-5 and no 3 saves on the year. So here's the pitch to Roger. He's 0-3 with a walk. Here's the pitch to Roger, and that's going to make him 0-4 because that's an easy ground ball down the second. One out here in the ninth. And here comes Mickey. 1 for 2, 2 walks, a stolen base, and 2 RBIs on the game, folks. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Mick goes down swinging. 2 up and 2 down here in the ninth. And here comes the Moose. He's 0-3. He's walked and struck out and hit into a double play in the seventh. He, like I say, was responsible for every out there in that seventh when they scored 6. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Kirtland's got it. And that'll end the inning. Yankees go down in order. We go to the bottom of the ninth. They got a 5-run lead. They got Phelps, Roman, and Power due up here against Bud Daly. Can Bud go 3 innings here and close the door? Bubba's 0-3. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out the Mick for the all-important first out. Brings up Johnny Roman. He has homer today, folks. He's 1-3 with that solo shot back in the 5th. And he ain't done, folks. A 2-run homer game. That ball is lifted in the right field. Roger goes back and watches that one lead the park. And it's a 8-4 ball game, folks. Vic Power's up now. Vic's 0-3, grounded out the short third and flew out the left. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Power's going to make his way down to first. They go out and talk to Daly. He says he can get out of this. Got the bottom part of the order due up now. Woody's 0-2, struck out his last time. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be Vic Power. Down by 4 is not going to be stealing. So he's going to stay put. That's going to be 1 strike on held. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a single in the left. And Vic's going to hold up down at second. And all of a sudden, this is turning into an interesting 9th inning. They're going to pitch hit here for Dick. See who's going to come out of the dugout here. And Bob Neiman's going to come out here and pitch hit. And that'll get the Yankees bullpen up. Luis is getting up along with Ruffin. Where's Bob at? There's Bob. So first and second, 1 out in this ball game, folks. A nice ground ball would be the trick here. Bob doesn't have a lot of speed. He's batting .250 on the year. No home runs, 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's just what the doctor ordered, maybe. That ball was hit down the short. Boyer's up with it. He's going to toss it over to Richardson. Richardson's going to fire it over the first, but it was too slow of a roller. Neiman beats it out. So we got first and third now with 2 outs. Back to the top of the order, and Ken, he's 1 for 4 with a double. Here's the pitch from Daly, and that's going to be a base on balls, folks. And 1 swing of the bat, and this is a tie game, folks. And that's going to be it for Daly. He's coming out of the game. And Luis is going to come in here and try to nail this game down. Not going to mess around here. So Daly couldn't get the 3 innings, 3 complete innings. See if Luis can come in here and shut the door. Still got a 4-run lead, but bases are filled with Indians. There's 4 little Indians. Not the kind of 9th inning the Yankees wanted. They wanted to cruise through this inning. Of course, Luis blew his last save opportunity against these Indians. Woody Held came through with a double. See if he can get an out here off of Jimmy. Luis enters this game with a 2.29 ERA. He's 2-3. This will be his 31st save if he can get it. He's got 30. Jimmy's 1 for 4. He did single his last time up. That's pretty cool, Bernie. Yeah. 4 home runs in a row. That is impressive. All righty, here's the pitch to Jimmy. Can Luis get the save here, folks? And he does. That's a big swing and a miss, strike 3. The Indians score 1, but leave the bases loaded, and the Yankees hold on to win 8-4. But Daly made it interesting, that's for sure. Let's take a look here at the box score in game number 2 of this doubleheader. Pretty exciting game. I thought it was going to just be a complete Indians walk off. Yankees come back, take a big lead, and then Daly makes it interesting. The Yanks, 8 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. The Indians, 4 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Like I say, Bobby Richardson still doing his thing. 2 for 5. Gardner got that base hit. Old Mick had a decent game, 1 for 3. They just didn't want to pitch to him, 2 walks. But the man of the hour is Johnny Blanchard, 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and they needed them, folks. 2 2-run homers by Blanchard. Nice job by Johnny. Yanks were 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Like I say, thanks to the Moose. They left 6 men. Thanks to Blanchard. Left 6 men on base. Old Ken was 2 for 4. And old John Roman, he was 2 for 4 with a home run. Nice job by him. The Indians were 1 for 7 runners in scoring position. Hey, ID. I'm doing well, buddy. And you? Oh, thank you, ID. Yeah, I appreciate it if you hit that like button. Sheldon gets the win. He goes to 10-4. Pitches 6 innings, gives up 2 hits, only 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 3, and gave up that 1 home run to Roman. Daly came in and was doing well until the 2 outs there in the 9th. 2 2/3, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned with that Blanchard error out there in left field. 2 walks, struck out 1, and gave up the home run. Luis comes in, shuts the door at 1/3 of an inning, picks up his 31st save with a strikeout. George Bell, what can we say? Cruising through 6 innings, goes into the 7th, 2 outs, has a no-hitter going and loses this game drops to 8-16, 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, walked 5, struck out 1, and gave up 1 home run to Blanchard. Allen comes in, doesn't do much, 4 hits in 1 1/3 innings, 2 runs, again, both of them by Blanchard's 2-run homer, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Stigman comes in and pitches a nice 9th inning, gets a strikeout, keeps the game close, gave the Indians a chance. So let's do some fast play here. We got a lot of double headers. We got Bernie's Red Sox going to Detroit in a doubleheader. They have lost the first 2 games to the Tigers. Can they bounce back and help the Yankees out here, Bernie? Here's game 1. And no, the Tigers win. The Red Sox 3 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. The Tigers 6 runs on 11 hits and an error. Can the Red Sox bounce back? They're going up against Jim Bunning, who's got a 2.11 ERA. Can they bounce back and get the split? Yankees calling up, asking the Red Sox if they need any scouting reports against these Tigers. And the Red Sox beat Bunning. 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Tigers 2 runs on 5 hits and an error. Let's see if Jim actually gets the loss. How about that? They beat the man. Let's see if Jim got the loss. Yes, he did. 8 2/3, 9 runs, 9 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. Let's look at the scorecard here. Did he give up those runs in the 9th? Yes, he did. He gave up the go-ahead run in the 9th. Well, no, he didn't. It was 2-1. Tigers made a fight there trying to come back. Oh, Burton hit a home run in the 9th inning. How about that? Yeah. Had a pop-up, a line out, and then the home run, and then a walk, and then they struck out Calavito to end the game. So the Yankees appreciate that. They get a split. Now we got the White Sox traveling to Kansas City to take on the A's in a doubleheader. See what happens here in Kansas City. And the White Sox win out here in Kansas City. 5 runs on 11 hits and an error. The poor A's only get 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors. Can the White Sox sweep the doubleheader? You got former Yankee pitching for the A's, old Art. Let's see if he can come through. Nope. White Sox sweep the A's. 5 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. The A's 2 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Then in the next American League game, you got the Twins traveling out to LA to take on the Angels. Yeah, you're correct, Bernie. Yep. At least he pitched to him. The Orioles wouldn't even pitch to him. The Twins get blown out in LA. Twins 1 run, a 1-hitter. Angels 8 runs on 16 hits and an error. Darn. Donahue with a 1-hitter. He had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning. A no-hitter. And he gives up the home run to Beatty with 1 out in the 8th inning, folks. Jeez, you Pete. He didn't have a perfect game. He did walk out the belly in the 2nd, but man, a no-hitter in the 8th and gives up the home run. At least it wasn't a cheap shot. Then you got the Orioles in D.C. traveling down I-95 to take on the Senators. Can the Senators help the Yankees out? Orioles are in 3rd place right behind the Tigers. No, the Orioles beat up on the Senators. Shoo. Jim Gentile is on fire, folks, here lately. Orioles 14 runs, 16 hits, no errors. The poor Senators 1 run on 4 hit and an error. Let's take a look at the standings here and the leaderboard after almost everybody played a doubleheader here on the 20th. So the Yankees are now 9 games up on the Tigers. The Orioles are 11 games back. The Minnesota Twins, they was on like a 7-game winning streak, folks. They're 14 games back. The White Sox are 17 and a half games back. The Los Angeles Angels are 28 and a half games back. The Tribe, after losing that doubleheader, falls to 30 and a half games back. The Red Sox, trying to help the Yankees out, are 33 games back. And then you got the two teams, Senators and A's, 43 and 43 and a half games back. Look at the poor Senators. They 1-9 in their last 10 games. A's a little better, 3-7. Elston Howard still leading the league with a 3.36 batting average. Roger with those 50 home runs. Cash and Mix tied with the RBI lead with 122, folks. Gentile's up there with 117. You got Scowen with 113. Colavito with 104 and Roger with 100. Jim Bunning's ERA stays at 2.11, folks. But he doesn't get his 20th win. He's stuck at 19. Luis comes in, gets his 31st save for the Yanks in the doubleheader. And now you got Mix ahead of Roger in the MVP voting, folks. How about that? Bill Stafford for the Yanks is taking over the Cy Young voting. Tied with Jim Bunning. Ain't that crazy? Sure. What a big difference that doubleheader made. Mick's been hitting 375 in his last 12 games, 12 RBIs and 14 runs. Look at Jim Gentile, 357 in his last 11 games, 17 RBIs, 8 runs. I knew he was hot. And man, Norm Cash, he ain't hot. Norm Cash, man, he is something. 395 in his last 12 games, 12 RBIs and 11 runs. Shoo. That is crazy, folks. Bobby Richardson with a 7-game hitting streak. I told you, he's been smoking hot. Sure. That's for sure. All righty. I want to thank Bernie for stopping by. Check out Bernard Strum Sports Replay channel, folks, doing 1914 baseball. ID Jester's been playing triple play baseball. He's been playing some other baseball. Did a war game, had an unboxing. IGD, he's a busy man. Check out his channel. Philip Reynolds is doing some hockey, says he's going to do some History Maker baseball in 1961. And 007 says he's going to put some games on the channel. He's doing Inside Pitch using the PC. Check out that great channel, folks. All righty. Yeah, I hear you, Bernie. Yep. All righty, guys. Well, you have a great afternoon. You take care until next time. I don't know if the next games will be 2 games against the Phillies and the Braves. They play a doubleheader on the 20th. See what goes on here this afternoon and evening, whether I'll be on or not. Wouldn't mind getting those 2 games done today, but we'll see what goes on. My daughter wants to get together. So you got the Short going up against Warren Spahn and Buzzhart going up against Carl Wiley. So that'll be the next 2 games on the channel, folks. Like I say, until next time, you all have a great day and take care.